Hi, I'm Steve. This is Fran. Today we're talking 48-inch built-in refrigerators. Now, it's not integrated where you put 24s together or anything else. These are one units. There's not a lot of companies making them. So this is going to be a pretty easy video. Except there's two new manufacturers. Thermador just came out with theirs. Yep. SKS came out with theirs. But all different types. We're going to do them. We're going to do Sub-Zero, True. What do you get first?
Sounds good. So let's start with Thermador. We talk about the 48s, and with Thermador, really what we're talking about here is their new French door. In general, I think just a style or a French door in general where you'll start seeing more in that 48. Thermador definitely has a unique look. What do we think there?
Go ahead. Keep going.
So
features.
The way Thermador sets up, so French door, traditionally, it's the two doors up top with the one drawer on the bottom for the freezer. Now, what Thermador has done, and they've changed it up a little bit, they have the two drawers up top, or the two doors up top, and then 4 individual drawers underneath. A refrigerator drawer, they have a convertible drawer that can be fridge freezer, and then the 2 bottom drawers are all freezer as well. Panel ready or stainless steel.
You done?
Yeah, for now.
Okay. First of all, great features, as you said. I like that flex drawer, so you have that flexibility. If you use it, you can do the charcuterie, or you can do freezer, or whatever you want. You can do ice cream or something like that. But there are 2 problems. But beforehand, they really nice stainless steel, interior, water on the door, good.
2 types of ice they have.
They have 2 types of ice. You get the diamond shape, which isn't quite craft ice. It's thicker ice. So what happens is it dissolves slower than regular ice, so you get less water in your drinks. So if you're drinking like a scotch or a really expensive liqueur, you taste less of the water. But here are the problems. To the top, because 2 things happening. You've got compressor below, and you have drawers. So from the floor to the top of the, guess how tall you have to be for the height there.
I don't know the exact height.
60. You have to be 6'7" to the top of that refrigerator. That's that's a good strong power forward in it. Not power forward, but
in today's NBA.
So that's really there are 3 problems I see with this type of configuration. It doesn't matter whose it is, right? It's 79 tall. Now we're going to talk about SKS. They do a little better job there, but they have that bump out right there where you can't store anything, right there right above the refrigerator. Yeah. And putting panels on this it's insane. Now we do the regular integrated only because we have to for like $99, but it's $1,600 that we're going to charge for this because it takes 8 hours to install panels on this. You're thinking, how hard can it be? It's really, really hard. I know the guy who installed the first one. He was our ex-service manager. 8 hours. That's a long time. Yeah. Contractor's not going to want to do it. Or once he or she understands the complication behind it, they're not going to want to do it. So those are the 3 issues. You've got to be extremely tall to get to the top shelf or to the top of the fridge. You get that bump out there, so you lose capacity. And you lose capacity because it's integrated. And then the panels. It's really hard. But I love the features on this unit. The features, the flex drawer is really nice, all metal interior, really nice. And Thermador's a great company. But this is a problem I have with any of these integrated multi-door refrigerators. These are the problems that you're going to have.
Definitely, because when you're doing panel ready on a unit like this,
So buy in stainless steel.
Yeah, right, exactly. Pre-finished stainless steel definitely makes it a lot easier installation-wise.
And
the panel ready ones, really, if you're paneling this, you're probably doing it integrated, so you want it nice and flush with the cabinet.
Yeah, it's flush. Right.
And what takes so long is when you have those 6 doors and panels, you're really always trying to get those lined up perfectly with the cabinets that are next to that fridge. And when there's so many of them and just those tight adjustments, and we've talked to installers, we've talked to cabinet people, just as far as making the panels and the extra cost there as well. So, now as opposed to just 3 panels that you have to, panels and handles, now you're purchasing 6 panels and handles. Just those costs that aren't coming to the appliance or for the appliance.
You're going to pay probably, for panelized, it's $1,500 cheaper. With all the add-ons, you're going to end up spending another $2,000 with all the hardware, cabinets, and then installation. So it's a $3,000 swap.
So what do we think for a ranking here?
Listen, it depends on who you are. If you're tall, great. For the flex door, I would say it's a low B.
All right, we'll go with the B. I'm certainly not 6'7", so we're gonna go with the with the. Yeah, I'm still growing, maybe someday, but we'll go with the B. All right, next, let's go with Sub-Zero.
Well, when you talk about Sub-Zero, this is a company that's a refrigerator company. Their stuff is made in the U.S. Most of it, them and True are the only ones, in Monogram, made in the U.S., family owned, operated. So it's a great story, and it's a great refrigerator. And there's so many of them. You can go Pro. So you can do the drawers, but it's only available in all stainless steel with the window if you want that restaurant look. You got side by side with water through the door. You've got French door. I'm beginning to like the French door more and more, only because it's 72 to the top, right? Which is still kind of tall.
Yeah, with the compressors up top.
With the compressors up top. It's not a flush look, although you can build the cabinet if you want a flush look. But I like the French door. I think everything's accessible. I like the way the refrigerator is made. It's got the longest heritage, and certainly in built-in companies. You got the vacuum seal and magnetic crispers, so it keeps air in or out depending on what you want. I just think it's the best for food storage, and when we test it, it's certainly the best on fruits and vegetables. So, for me, this is probably as good as it gets in our refrigerator. Although you are going to be spending a little bit more money for it. So.
Yeah, it seems now everyone's trying to kind of one up each other with different designs and unique things in the refrigeration space. I think Sub-Zero was really smart to kind of stick to that traditional design
for now.
In the 42 and the 48, it's really the two doors with the freezer underneath. So, what do we think for our ranking?
This is it's either this or True for me. I would say this would be the S.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, let's talk about True.
Once again, another great American family-owned company, great commercial heritage. I mean, again, if you're going to Wegmans, Whole Foods, Roach Brothers, you're pulling your stuff out of a True, and that's for a reason, because everything is so incredibly solidly built. It's made out of like a stainless steel shell. The bins, the crisper doors, everything about it is really solid. The colors are exceptional if that's the way you want to go. You got 14 designer colors that look beautiful. You've got different hinges, so you could really make something really unique, which is what a lot of people are looking for. The problem with the True is they don't have too many configurations. Where they have one or two.
Yeah,
one.
really one.
Yeah, they've got one. And you can't put a panel on it, which is what's a good majority of the people to do. But other than that, though, if you want something unique, and their color is exceptional. I always say, color the range, because that's the central part. When you walk in the kitchen, your eye is going to be drawn to it, which is the central part of your kitchen. But I may make an exception here because it's so exceptionally built and it's such a nice unit, nice looking unit. This may become another focal point, depending.
Definitely, and me personally, I kind of like that French door style in general, but the Trues are so nice and so good looking too, and that kind of side by side and that commercial heritage, the 3-year warranty. You can really make it so unique to how you want it with the colors and the hinges, the 304 grade full stainless steel interior there. I mean, it's really a nice, solidly built refrigerator.
Yeah.
Obviously, really kind of sticking with that commercial style heritage there. I love the company. I think they do make really, really nice refrigeration there and reliable too.
What do you think?
A?
I'd say I'd almost give them an S. If you want color, they're the best game in town.
Yeah.
But I would say an A, only because not too many people go in that direction.
Sounds good. All right, next, let's go with Monogram.
Good fridge. And they were one of the first too. They actually were the first 42-inch unit out. Different company now, owned by Haier, Chinese, but they've kept manufacturing in the U.S. I like the refrigerator. Again, when you talk about Monogram, I don't like it as much as Sub-Zero. I don't think it keeps airs. It doesn't do as good job with the vacuum seal, magnetic crispers, but it does a nice job distributing the air under each shelf. It's got very good functionality in the crisper bins. And again, you're talking about a less expensive unit with pretty much they'll give you the keys to the car if you buy different appliances with them. It's up to $4,500 rebate. So for a less expensive alternative, I really like it. Side by side, it isn't as good as French door. So obviously you've got to see. But I think at 48, you really, the French door argument kind of goes because you get plenty of refrigerator space at 48, at 8, I think it's 18.8 or something like that. So I like the unit. From a value standpoint, it's an A. From a functional standpoint, it's probably a B.
Yeah, agreed. Really good value. Only comes in that side-by-side style. You can get it with an external water dispenser or no dispenser, kind of clean on the outside there. But yeah, good, basic, solid, kind of decent price point refrigerator for there. So
it's probably the least expensive of the choices that we're going to have.
Okay. Last one is going to be SKS. Now, SKS on a 48, now they do that French door as well. So the way that they do it is very, very similar to Thermador, with the 2 doors up top, the 4 drawers on the bottom, where the 2 bottom ones are freezer. You have one that's a convertible between fridge or freezer. They also give you the dual ice, just like the Thermador.
Not quite. They get the craft ice.
Yeah.
But you've got better craft. I think the craft ice is better. But you get more of the diamond ice. But
so how do we compare this to a Thermador?
Well, if you look at the comparison, there's another dimension. First of all, I like where the controls are better on the SKS. It doesn't have the bump outs. So you have more real usable capacity if you're looking at the two. But from the floor to the top, you only have to be, a strong guard. It's 6'5", it's 75 and a half inches versus or 6'3". It's much lower than there's much more usable room and usable capacity to an SKS versus Thermador. I like the controls better on the SKS. Again, Thermador, they certainly get a great name, good reputation. SKS is Korean manufactured. Thermador is made in Turkey. Of the two, I like the Thermador brand, but this refrigerator I think is more usable, and it's really, I don't take a one-size-fit approach. I mean, what's good for one person may be good for another, especially in cooking, not so much in refrigeration. But in this case, I edge it out to SKS a little bit. Yeah. I think it's just, I think it's more usable. You don't have the bump out there. I think it's going to be equally hard to install panels on this one. They both have the Thermalux drawer. We can argue about which ice is better. They both have stainless steel. They're both good units, and it's really up to you to decide. I think it's, if Thermador's a B, then this is a B as well. I happen to like this one a little bit better.
Yeah, 3-year warranty, and like you said, you can get the option if you don't want to deal with the panel. They do now make a pre-finished stainless steel as well, which is a little bit obviously easier for the installation there too.
Yeah, really what it comes down to, if you choose Thermador versus SKS, what else are you putting in your kitchen? You can do Thermador Pro stuff or SKS Pro stuff. That becomes part of your decision as well.
All right, so let's go with B.
Is that it?
That's it.
That's all your 48s. If you like this content, this ranking content, hit the subscribe button, and thank you for watching.